Now, Mr. Bwala, let's come to this aspect. El-Rufai is not a small fish in the waters. And I know you don't. You also agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, if you say that it's not giving your party any headache, how about when you consider the fact that before he decamped to the SDP, he has gone to consult with several power brokers in Nigeria, and if this coalition is formed, don't you think it will give the 2027 contest to your party a big headache?
So you have actually said two things. Number one, about the person of El-Rufai, and then the second one, you talk about coalition.
Yep.
Our party, we are not in the illusion, or we are not overconfident, or we are not dismissive of anybody. Okay. Political party is a family. If any member of the family is leaving or threatening to leave, you will make effort to reconcile. The attempt to reconcile does not mean the person is actually a threat, but it's actually an expression of the willingness of the family to keep family together. So, for example, if a member of your family is threatening your son or daughter, they want to leave, it's not as if if they leave, you will die. But you have to show that you're a father. You have to show you're a mother by trying to reconcile the people together. So he's inconsequential. I'm very honest. And Sheikh Usani, who is from Kaduna, will tell you, a few days ago, he said that when El-Rufai was incumbent governor in Kaduna, that President Bwala Tinubu lost in Kaduna. I mean, if you are an incumbent governor, you should be able to deliver if you are testing your popularity.
But he also helped to mobilize for 2023 for the victory of APC, the mobilization of the northern sector.
No, I mean, it is overstated. Let me be very honest. We all played our role. I played my role in the primaries. If he was speaking for a group of governors, it's not suggestive that he was the one driving the force. I mean, I'm a spokesman to the president. Does it mean I'm more important than the president or the cabinet? You are just speaking for the people. And so because you are media, and whoever comes to the media is first considered. So whenever someone is in the media, there is a presumption that is a darling of the media because he supplies food to the media for the purposes of reporting. But in terms of impact, what impact exactly are these? Nobody is ruling out the fact that he was part, use the word, part of the people that helped. We appreciate the use of the word part. But to say he did, that is personally where I disagree with one. Two, you talk about coalition very importantly. Generally, every election cycle, you will see this thing called coalition. One is the government in power. Two, association of those who feel they should be in government, which will be the constitution of so many factors. There are very minute people who have true vision for a change. But majority of what constitute the coalition will either be people who have not found their way in the government or people who were defeated and they could not win election and then people with all kinds of interests. The Nigerian people are the ones that you should be looking at. And so the president is focused on delivering on the promise to the Nigerian people because when that time comes, they will make their decision whether they are comfortable with this idea of having a government that is not run in a way where systems will be established for the future of their children. Look at the dividends of the reform policy. Only yesterday you see Africa is already considering Nigeria as far as economy is concerned, one of the bulwark of economic development. Look at the food prices crashing down. The other day, they wanted to they wanted to reshape narrative, and they said that the prices of items are coming down because we are importing. No, we've dealt with insecurity. You hardly hear so much of insecurity around the country. Farmers go to the farm enthusiastically, and they do what they do best. Look at the landscape of education in Nigeria with the NEL fund, and look at the kind of breakthrough we are getting. Children are getting to have access to funds for the purposes of their education. Then look at the private sector, the way it is being restructured. Companies now are able to balance themselves, not to be companies that are feeding off of rent from government, but building on what we call competition. Look at what we have been able to provide in terms of our oil and our refinery. We used to be importers. We are now exporters of oil in Africa and the rest of Europe. So look at agriculture and look at the kind of breakthrough we're finding with the Ministry of Livestock. So Nigerians can look at the nook and crannies of the city, the country, look at the lives of the Nigerian people. Even the Nigerian people over a period of 18 months have been able to adjust to a bit. You don't hear so much of complaint about I am dying. Because Nigerians can see that there is good intent on the part of the president to pilot this country. So when we are constructing, we are doing construction of Nigeria, they don't have time for people who come around, they are looking for power, and then they want to form association. When that time comes, we'll test our popularity. Nobody's afraid of any coalition.